So I got a special guest, of course, in the building with me today. I want to know what his thoughts and concerns are. We're going to talk about it, y'all, on 94 Feet of UNC.
Gordy to Black. The time, 18. Shot, Jordan! Michael Jordan!
Swicker with the defense and the rebound. That's a good effort by Swicker.
Stackhouse freaking it on Park. Rebound dunk is good, and he gets fouled by Park. Oh, my goodness, what a dunk by Stackhouse.
I think that he brought him back so quickly, but you know what? They're down the in 30%.
Traffic. 4-on-1.
Great job. What a terrific job in transition. I mean, you could.
The glass no good. Rebound followed by Hansgrove. Good! Carolina.
Inside 30 overall. Love. Top of the key.
Alice, the baptist over. Carolina. The Tar Heels have won the national championship.
And that is it. There is a new team in college basketball. North Carolina takes the title. Have been any final. North Carolina is the 2009 national champion. And this year, the confetti is going to fall to North Carolina. They're not going to be denied this time.
What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the 94 Feed of UNC podcast. Y'all already know I am your host, Mr. Linzel Graham, the man that gets no credit from those that use debit. Of course, if you know, you know. I ain't even gonna explain it. Of course, I got a big time special guest in the building with me today. He's not an unfamiliar face here at the Zell Dome. Of course, everybody already knows this guy. He's dropped 2 great books. We all know what those titles are. Duke Sucks and Duke Still Sucks and everything. Like y'all already know, Mr. Andy Bagwell is in the building with me, of course, today. But before we jump into our topics and everything for the show and everything, I just want to say that I appreciate all the love and support from everybody, of course. Make sure you follow me on my socials at 94 Feet of UNC on Instagram, on X. Subscribe, hit that like button, man, on here or whatever. And to the channel, it helps to get this thing up to the algorithm. So, of course, I appreciate everybody's love and support. Make sure you come and join the 94 Feet of UNC Discord. Over 500 plus members in there. We talk all things UNC all day, every day. You know, whether it's basketball, a lot of good things going on right now with basketball. Football talk is going on. Baseball, women's basketball, you name it. It's all in there, whatever. So it's free. That link is in the description below. So make sure you come on over and join the community, man, for sure. And, of course, the link is at the bottom, of course, for the 94 Feet of UNC merch, the Heels in the Paint merch, and the 100 Yards of UNC radio show merch. Andy, since the last time you've been here, I've added a few more things to the brand here or whatever. So, of course, I gotta promote that. Make sure y'all tap in and go and follow the ladies over at Heels in the Paint, the very first UNC women's basketball podcast in UNC history has officially started. So all of their links to their socials, their YouTube channel, it's all in the description below. And make sure that you tap in with Coach Steve at the 100 Yards of UNC radio show. As a matter of fact, tune in tonight at 8 p.m. on Spaces. And tap in with Coach Steve as he discusses upcoming things about football. So make sure you tap in for that or whatever. So, again, my guest in the building, Mr. Andy Bagwell. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Zell, you're an empire, dude. Like, you are an empire. And people, if you're not part of this, what are you even doing, right? So, no, I'm doing great, man. I really appreciate you having me back on. I'm excited to chat it up tonight. And, yeah, man, life's good. Life's good. So I'm excited about what's going on with Tar Heel basketball. We'll see where it goes.
For sure, for sure. So I guess for those that don't know, Andy, please, really introduce yourself officially and let everybody know what you have done and what you got going on for those that may have been living under a rock here for so long, I guess.
Yeah. So as you mentioned at the top of the show, first of all, I still love your intro, man. I could watch that Caleb Love shot every day, all day. It just brings me joy. So yeah, I'm a Carolina grad. I went to school long time ago at Carolina, and I wrote along with my co-author Reed Tucker a book called Duke Sucks. That book's been out for quite a while now, but caught a little fame there, and then because of that book, I was featured on the ESPN 30 for 30. I Hate Christian Laettner, and that was fun, and that brought some Duke fans to my house. I had to call the cops on a couple times, but that's all right. No big deal, and then a couple years ago, Reed and I came up with a sequel after the Tar Heels ended Coach K's career. We said, we got to write about this again. So we wrote our book, Duke Still Sucks, and that came out a couple years ago. Both of those are available, wherever you buy books. And then I'm on social media. Zell, I'm trying to take a page out of your book, man. I'm trying to create a little more content. So I've been started this year with the football season, putting out some short little video clips on Instagram and on TikTok. So I know you'll link them in the bio in the show notes here. So people want to see that, check it out. It's a lot of fun. Just trying to give my thoughts after games and things that whatever they pop into my mind as I'm walking around. So and just obviously a huge Carolina fan, all sports. Love the basketball team, football, women's basketball. I'm telling you, man, I'm getting into volleyball. That team is good. That's a fun sport to watch.
That was a game a couple days ago. Great game. I watched it against Louisville, even though they took the L. But that was
tough. They're good though this year. So I love chatting it up with other UNC fans and just kind of hearing what people have to say out there. So appreciate you having me on, man.
Absolutely. So listen, I'll say this. So number one, I was talking with a close friend of mine earlier today, and of course, he's a big time Duke fan. Shout out to Pablo. I'm sure that you've probably heard that name several times.
Yep.
But shout out to Pablo, man. And I was telling him about because he asked me, he was like, "Yo, when is your next show?" And I was like, "Well, I got one this evening with my guy Andy Bagwell, of course." And I was like, "Of course, he's the author of Duke Sucks and Duke Still Sucks," and of course, he didn't like that, so. He started kind of pulling up a few stats and stuff. He was like, well, where's his actual stats or whatever, because it looked like he's just voicing opinions. I was like, well, listen, you got to read the book.
That's right.
You got to read the book, my guy. You can't just base it off of a cover page or, something like that. Tap in and read the book, of course, or whatever. But, it's all love, of course, with him and everything. He's in the Discord. He's in there all the time with the UNC fans. He wants to troll sometimes for whatever reason, but it is what it is. So, but it was a nice little conversation. I joke with him all the time, of course. Duke just can't never get over the hump or whatever. Now, as far as your content, listen, sir, I like what you're doing.
All right,
I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. Yeah, man. Listen, when you got two big books like that and have been on 30 for 30, you gotta get that. You gotta put the face out there a little bit more. People want to see that. So
people don't want to see this, Zell. Let's be real, dude. Come on, man. Look at this mug.
Nah. Listen, it's Carolina family, man. It don't matter. It does not matter. So, but yeah, man. I love what you're doing, man. Keep it up for sure. Every time that you put up a video, I'm always watching it on Instagram and everything. I'm like, look at Andy out there. Andy getting it in, and he's taking things to that next level. So much love to you, of course. And of course, you got my full support, man. And if you ever need anything, of course, hey, just let me know, man. Reach out to me. Let me know what you need or whatever. If I can help you, for sure. I got you. So
all right, and you got the same, man. All right,
absolutely. So listen, Andy, I bought you back today, of course. Basketball season is here.
Crazy.
The North Carolina Tar Heels have played an actual game last week, even though it was an exhibition game. And I mean, of course, I gotta know, and I want to know what are your how do you number one, I guess let's just jump right into it. How do you feel about what Coach Davis and Jim Tanner have done with this new roster that we have and all of that and stuff? Before we get into some concerns and the
Yeah.
way that the game went and all of that and stuff, I want to know your thoughts on how do you feel about this team this year?
I mean, before the game, I didn't know what to think, right? I mean, on paper, it looks like, okay, we addressed the things we wanted to address. You got to get bigger after last year. You got to get some versatility, some athleticism. When you look at what the roster was on paper, you're like, okay, they did that, but you never know how that's going to translate, right? And you don't know if these guys are just solid guys, or do they have the ability to take a step forward. And I think that's what a lot of the guys on the team, pretty much across the board, outside of the freshmen, you need and expect that they're going to have to take a little bit of a step forward based on their previous role, whether it was at Carolina or at another school, for this team to be really good. And then, of course, I don't think there's any surprise, but it's a pressure season for Hubert Davis, right?
Mhm.
And I really love the guy. I think I told you on my last when I was on here before, I was hallmates with Hubert, so have a lot of love for the guy and want him to be successful. But it's hard. It's the results business, right? And so
Yeah.
it was not a good year, and so he's under the gun. So it was interesting. And then after the game, I was encouraged, man. I think we might have something, right? And we could talk about specifics, but just my initial thoughts were, okay, I could see what we're trying to put together. And if BYU is a good team, they're preseason top 10, you never know how that's going to play out. But
Mhm.
that's that I think we might have something. I really do, Zell. We might have something here.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, you must have caught my episode with me and Russ or whatever not too long ago or whatever. Like, because you just basically just said just about everything that I was gonna say. I mean, I totally I mean, in the beginning, when over during the off season, over the summer, and players were committing and all of that from the transfer portal and everything, I was very skeptical. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Just based off of instincts, because I've been watching the game for so long. Like sometimes you could pick up on things just based off of instincts. That's how indebted I am to the game, right? So I had eyebrows raised, and I'm like, you could have went and got some other bigger name players out there,
Mhm.
like, but you picked up on, and no knock to any of the players at
Mhm.
all, but at that time, it was like you was trying to get Isaac McNeely, right? Isaac McNeely that went to Louisville, but then you ended up with like a Jonathan Powell. And I was like,
Right.
oh, how did you miss on McNeely?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
then, as you started getting as they started getting these players, it was more so like, I love the way that this team is being built. Like,
Mhm.
this team could really be special. And like you said, man, I mean, just being able all summer long, all season long. As a matter of fact, even going into back to last year, the media has just been slamming UNC.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, from I don't even want to say no names because I'm just not even. I'm not even going to do that. I mean, I that's for another episode later on or whatever. But the media has just been slamming UNC. Oh, they're not that good. They're overrated. Uh, they don't have a true point guard. Just so I don't know how Vazar is gonna work. Um, just so many different things. And you're talking about a team that's number 25 in the country where they have us, which I like where we are
Yeah.
because it just gives us a chance to prove ourselves.
Mhm.
But then for that team to with 11 new players to go out to Utah, 3,000 plus, feet in the air above
Mhm.
sea level, basically. And to play a BYU team that the media is so high on because of the hype behind AJ, and they got some solid pieces with
Mhm.
Wright and all of that, and then you got Richie Sanders out there and stuff. So no, not to BYU or anything, but for Carolina to go out there, play a top 10, number 8 in the country, and you only lose by 2 points says a lot about this team.
Yeah.
And it says a lot for something we didn't have last season. This team has a lot of grit. They got a lot of energy. They got a lot of edge to them. I
Mhm.
mean, and number one, we're probably the biggest team in the country with all of the 6 guys that we got in the front court that we could put out on the court if we wanted to.
Yep.
Where we didn't really have that at all last season. And then we have a lot of shooting.
Mhm.
Lot of shooting that we have went out there and got. And when this team really gels together, they're going to be so dangerous, I think. And everybody that's on this, that's been on that UNC hate train, the first thing they're always going to do, and I know how this goes, and people can mark this, they can whatever, clip it, whatever the case may be, and I'm saying it now, these media platforms are going to be like, hey, we always knew Carolina was good and UNC was good. We was just waiting to see how this team was going to perform. And, they're doing a great job and they may save Hubert's job. I don't want to hear none of that.
No.
Stay on that side where you've been all of this time hating on UNC. Just stay over there, please. We do not need it. We just going to use what you did as motivation. So
Right.
I love this team. I absolutely love this team. And I mean, I cannot wait for this season. This is going to be a really, really, really fun season. So,
Oh yeah. I mean, and think about it. We did all of that you just said. No Luka Bogovic, a guy that is going to contribute, right? We don't know how good he's going to be, how much he's going to fit in, but we were 2 points out from winning a game against a top 10 team, and we don't have a guy in the lineup who could be a starter, could be our best 3-point shooter, could even be one of the better playmakers. I mean, what could he add to what we already saw and love? That's the thing that it gets me excited too.
yeah, I tell you, when they during Caleb's post-game interview, they asked him, like, what is Luka going to be able to bring to the table for him and for the team and everything. And one of the things that he said was, well, he's going to open up the floor, the paint for me a lot more.
Yeah.
For him, for Henry, and I love the way that he said that for the very simple reason, just because of the fact that Luka is a huge threat from the outside is what is going to have players and the opponents defend him a lot, which is going to open up the paint for people like Caleb to get to the basket, for Vazar to do what he does. And with Caleb and Vazar playing off of each other, that is just incredible. You're talking about a freshman going up against a guy that was a backup center at Arizona last year. Like, I mean, this team is just, I see the potential for sure for this team. And I think that, again, this is going to be an exciting season. And I think that, I think they go pretty far in the tournament. I mean, I've thrown out my predictions, but I think they go very far in the tournament this year. So very different from last season. This is
For
like
sure.
yin and yang, salt and pepper, whatever you want to call it, ketchup and mustard. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just excited, Andy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm excited. So
Yeah.
I mean,
you and me both, man. You and me both. I'm excited. It's good to be, especially after that game, and you kind of got through the first one. You're like, okay, it's okay to feel excited, right? It's okay, because last year it was nerve wracking the whole time, and you didn't come away with that feeling great, and pressure coming into the season. I'm with you, man. It's good to watch that and go, this team. It's okay to get excited about this team because it's all there for a good season.
Yeah. So I mean, with of course, when we speak about the positives, there's always some negatives.
Yep.
I mean, if you don't have no negatives, then that's a problem to me. So, I mean, but I do want to ask you, what concerns do you think is it that you may have about this team, or like some the areas for improvement, whatever the case may be, that you have been able to kind of like spot, basically. So I mean, what are your thoughts on and the concerns on things they may need to work on?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of three areas for me. I think
Mhm.
the first one is ball handling and shot and playmaking, right? And you don't want to read too much into it, but 19 turnovers in a preseason game is not going to get the job done, right? At 19 turnovers is not good. And there's no true point guard on this team, right? And I have a soft spot in my heart for point guard. So there's no true point guard. Kyan Evans, Derek Dixon, a little bit of Seth Trimble in there, but are those guys going to be able to see the floor, see plays before they happen, get guys in the right positions, make
Mhm.
them, make plays? We saw 5 assists to 1 turnover from Kyan Evans.
Mhm.
So it looks like, that could happen. So that's a concern, right? Are you get what, do you have guys who can create for themselves, create for others? Uh, we rebounded pretty well against BYU, but I still worry about rebounding. This team has size and length. They don't have a
Mhm.
lot of beef, right? So we're not a big beefy team. Although you have to look at James Brown and know that dude put on some muscle in the offseason, but
Yes, he
it's
did.
not. And the guys that are going to play a lot, they're not beefy. So can you bang around down low, get some rebounds, and get some putbacks, and they look pretty well on that. And to me, so that's kind of the second thing. The other thing is I liked the offense in terms of the philosophy. There's a little bit of a different philosophy from what I saw at BYU. A lot more player movement, a lot more ball movement, not as much kind of that dribble at the top of the key and run pick and rolls till something happens. If they need to stick with that, right? Can they
Mhm.
be disciplined enough to play ball movement, player movement, and because I think that gives them the best chance to win. If we get stagnant on offense in these half court sets, and we're having to rely on somebody to break somebody down and take them off the dribble, I don't think this team's going to be successful that way. So can they stick with that and really
Mhm.
find a way to be effective? And part of that is learning how to play with each other, right? 11 new guys, you said it yourself. So moving a lot with the ball and people, that requires you knowing where your other guy is going to go. So they're going to have to stick with that so that they can get better with it as the year goes along. I mean, there's always other things you
Mhm.
worry about. You worry about injuries, because there's a couple spots where you really can't afford any. You worry about a couple specific games, but to me, if we can handle the ball, try to find a guy who can make plays, rebound consistently, and stick with the movement on offense, I think those things will. If we can do that, we can overcome those concerns, and we'll have a very good year. But that's going to be in the back of my head for most of the year. What about you?
Yeah.
What do you see?
So I have a few concerns, but again, like Coach Davis said, they're fixable. They're
Yeah.
easy fixes, to be honest with you. Number one, you gotta box out and
Hmm.
rebound. You have to. Like, I looked at the stats for the BYU game. Believe it or not, we out rebounded BYU.
Right.
Now, you watch that game, it looks like they probably beat us by like 12, 13, 14
Yep.
rebounds, but
Yep.
we out rebounded them. But
Yeah.
it just didn't look like that. Like, to be honest with you, like a lot of second chance putbacks. I mean, and things like that. No boxing out. And if you're gonna have all of that size down there in the paint, like one of the biggest front courts probably in college basketball. I mean, we have 6 guys, 6. So with those 6 guys, you can't tell me that we can't rebound and we don't know how we can't box out. Like,
Right. Yeah.
that has to improve. And of course, I think it will. But so that was one thing. The second thing is 19 turnovers is not gonna get it.
That's
You
right.
gotta take care of the ball. I mean, it I tell people, I mean, since the game, I've told people, hey, if you would have told me that North Carolina was going to have 19 turnovers, but they're going to lose by 2 to BYU, I would have told you, you are out of your mind.
Yeah.
You are out of your mind. 19 turnovers is ridiculous. But that's another reason why it's so impressive. And to me, why this team is really going to be good in the future, the more and more that they play together in real games and gel more together. Because to have 19 turnovers, again, and you go out west, you're pretty much on their home court, and you only lose by 2 on the last second shot, basically, that actually could have tied it, or we could have took a shot to win the game. I would say, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that or whatever. But you got to cut down on the turnovers. Take care of the ball, and everything else is going to play out. My last concern is, and I've said this in several episodes, if Caleb Wilson should probably be the star player. I mean, without a doubt. I'm not saying that he ain't or that he shouldn't be, whatever the case may be. But if Caleb Wilson has to average 20 plus points every game, that's a problem.
Yep.
Because that means now teams are going to focus more on Caleb, but that means that everybody else is not contributing or producing like they should be.
Right.
And I want him to get his points. Now, I'm not 22 points, 10 rebounds. You can't argue that. He's going to get his points for sure. But if he's going to be averaging that, then that's a big issue to me. I'm looking at more like 17, 18 points for Caleb. But if he's in the 23 points a game, 22, 23, 24, something like that, to me, that's an issue because that means that Bogovic isn't playing as well as we expected. Trimble isn't playing that well. Cayenne isn't shooting that well, and he's supposed to be a pure knockdown three-point shooter, shooting over 40% from the three-point line. Jonathan Powell isn't playing well. Jaren Stevenson, Vazard, nobody is playing well, and it's putting all of the pressure, and you're putting all of the burden on Caleb Wilson, and it shouldn't be that way. This is a more balanced team than it was last year, where RJ was the go-to guy. Right. So if you put a big defender on RJ, then what? Like, I mean, the rest of the team wasn't scoring like that.
No.
So of course, I mean, don't make it easier for your opponents, if that makes sense or whatever. So Spread it out, balance it out or whatever, keep it balanced. And I think that this team is just going to be totally fine. But to me, those are my only really concerns. And they're easy fixes. They're all easy fixes. So,
I mean, and Caleb, I hope that, he doesn't seem like the guy that's going to go out there and try to get his own. He's like a team player. So I think that one is one that, like you said, it's easily fixable. And and he's a freshman, right? He's going to have games where he's just not there. He doesn't have a good game. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we don't get to that place. But this team, to me, way too many other options to be in a place where we have to get him to have 20 a night and stuff. It's funny though, man. Like just in terms of like what you were saying a minute ago, like we had 19 turnovers, did not shoot the three that well at all. No Luka. This team has a much larger margin for error than last year. So you felt like there were times last year that you felt like, man, everything's got to go perfect on every possession for us to score. And it just felt like razor thin margins. And this team, you like, okay, if this guy doesn't have a good night, well, there's two other dudes who could probably step up and do it. Yep. Or, we're not going to, it just feels like we got less room, a lot more room for one thing to go wrong, but we'd be covering up with something else. So let's hope that's the case.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Again, I mean, this team is this is a pure team. They're going to be very dominant, man. I think they're just going to surprise so many people, and they all have that. Again, they have that grit, they have that edge, and once they really gel together, they're going to be unstoppable. Listen, before the game even started, I was in a couple of other discords and things like that, and the first thing a lot of people were saying, like, "Oh, UNC sucks." I'm watching on Instagram under post, when they talk, the college basketball post and stuff, and they got Carolina up there, and they're like, "Oh, Carolina's gonna get ran out the gym. This team sucks. This and that and the third." And so after the game was over, and yeah, we took the loss. We'll take that, of course. But
Yeah.
the comments changed. Like,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, this Carolina team is very sneaky. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be dangerous. Carolina played better than I expected. They looked better than I expected." Like,
Yep.
you can see the tables turning a little bit. And I
Yeah.
think it has put a lot of skepticism and fear into a lot of people that may have been talking trash about UNC before.
Yeah, let's hope so.
And yeah, so I mean, I even heard that from Duke fans. I mean, they was talking trash, and then they've been quiet ever since.
Yeah.
Quiet ever since. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's because Duke ain't gonna walk all over North Carolina like they think they are this year. That's
No.
not gonna happen.
No.
It's not gonna happen. So
So what do you think about? I mean, because I was looking at the schedule, Zell. So like, and I looked at, you got before Christmas, you got potentially 4 games
okay.
that are going to tell the tale of the season, right? Like, maybe this is just kind of leftover angst from last year and the year before that, where we didn't get off the season to a great start and we didn't get any good quality wins, and now the ACC sucks and we're struggling to get the position in the tournament that what we want. Because I looked at it, you got Kansas at home, second game of the season. You got Michigan State, a neutral site. You got at Kentucky. And then I'm looking at that Ohio State game. I don't know how good they're going to be, but that's another game on a neutral site where, that could be a team that is, at least they're in a, power 4 conference.
Mhm.
Those 4 games and the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule is pretty easy, right? I mean, they definitely made it easier this time. But those 4 games, man, we will know at Christmas what kind of position Carolina is going to be in for the rest of the year. Because I don't see any. I mean, the ACC is going to be what it's going to be. But if you could somehow get through that, like 3-1 or something, then the rest of the season we can really enjoy, because we're not stressing about, oh, we don't have any quality wins. We got to find a way to make a quality win in the ACC, and that doesn't work. I mean, we don't get into the debate about the net and all that crap. But like, I am kind of curious to see, and a little bit anxious about those games, because we can't afford to not be ready to play in some of those big games early in the year, because that might be the only chance we got to beat good teams outside of Duke and maybe Louisville. So I don't know. Are you worried about that at all, or just tell me I'm crazy on this? What do you think?
I think you're spot on. As a matter of fact, let me see, because I'm actually pulling up. Because I do my own schedules when the schedules come out. So pulling it up right here on my Instagram. So again, like you said, I mean, we got Winston-Salem State coming up tomorrow.
Yep. I'll be in the house for that, by the way. So,
Oh, you in the building?
I'll be in there. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'll be there as well. So
right.
that works for sure. We definitely got to figure something out. We'll try and link up for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Kansas is going to be a tough one. Listen, Kansas has really, really surprised me. Especially when they played Louisville. That was tough. I'm not gonna lie. That was tough to watch. I mean, I think Louisville is a little overrated, of course, being ranked 11. I mean, Kansas went in there and just pretty much showed out on them. Darren Peterson is the truth for sure. Radford, easy win. Central, easy win. Navy, easy win. St. Bonaventure, easy win. I think Michigan State, easy win. Michigan State is nowhere near as good as they were last season.
Okay.
Nowhere. That's just me. Kentucky is definitely the toughest one on this schedule. Georgetown is easy. I mean, easy win to me, but I think that's going to be a really fun game just because
Mhm.
of the history
Oh
behind
yeah,
it.
love it. Yeah.
Love that Georgetown is actually coming to town. I'm
Mhm.
actually be in the building for that as well. USC Upstate, easy win. East Tennessee State, easy win. I think Ohio State, easy win. East Carolina, easy win. So
Right.
I look at Carolina, like you said, winning all of these, and I think that they could beat Kentucky. Now
At
it's
Rupp.
gonna be tough.
Yeah.
That's gonna be extremely, extremely tough because
Right.
Kentucky looks really good. I gotta admit that. But I mean, if they come out with that, that one loss, this team, by like you said, by the holidays, by Christmas time, this team will know exactly what type of team that this team is for
Yeah.
sure going into conference play.
Oh yeah.
Just because of the fact, I think a lot of these other games like Radford Central and Navy and USC Upstate, all of those type of games like that gives Hubert the time to play a lot of the other guys.
Exactly.
The
Exactly.
ones that might not get a lot of playing minutes. Isaiah Dennis, not saying
Mhm.
that he's not going to get any minutes, but I'm just throwing it out there. Like
Yeah.
he didn't play against BYU. Ivan Matlakovich. Let's
Yeah.
see what the freshman, what the big 7'2" guy has. He's
Mhm.
bigger than Vazar.
Yeah.
Who I think is a sleeper player, to be honest with you.
Ivan or Vasar?
Ivan.
Oh, okay.
Like when you
Okay.
look at the numbers and stuff, and I had these thoughts about Jonathan Powell when we first signed him and everything. And then I looked at it and I'm like, man, shooting 40-something% from the free throw line. Like,
Mhm.
that's tough. Like, why would you go and get that type of player? But then, when I went to a couple of the scrimmage games, the alumni, one of the alumni summer camp games I went
Mhm.
to,
Mhm.
and then I went to this recent blue and white scrimmage game, not the one in
Mhm.
Cherokee, but the one here in Chapel Hill. And I mean, Jonathan Powell is a dog.
Yeah.
Like he really is. He plays with some edge. He plays with grit. He can shoot the ball. Like not afraid to shoot it. Like
Yep.
I mean, I to me, I think it's the same way with Matt Lakovich. I would love to see, and I was talking to Russ about this. I would love to see Ivan and Vazar in the game together.
Wow.
Two 7-footers, because listen, we all know that Vazar can step out and shoot the three.
Oh yeah.
So if you put him in the 4 spot and draw that defense out,
Yeah.
and let him like shoot the threes, things like that, or whatever, and let Matt Lakovich play down low or whatever. You got 2 7-footers right there. I just want to see it. Not saying that we got to stick with it, but I would love to see that
It'd be
line
fun.
up, like them two in the game together, and just people just trying to drive to the basket, whatever, trying to rebound on them, all of that. I would just love to see that. Like, and I do believe that we might see that in one of these games. During this non-conference schedule or whatever. I mean, like you said, it's not a gauntlet schedule like it was last season, but certainly it certainly puts them in a great position. The only thing that I question about that is where does that put us in the rankings?
I think that's why you gotta win one of those Kansas or Kentucky games, really. I mean, because if I can see a narrative, like, right, if let's say that the team wins all those easy games, maybe they win a close one against Michigan State. I don't know. You never know. That Izzo's a good coach, so even if they're not strong, they could still put up a fight. Yeah. And then they lose to Kansas and Kentucky. Well, you could come out of that stretch before they get in conference players. Well, they hadn't played anybody, they hadn't beaten anybody good, and let's see what they've got. And, Hubert Davis is on I mean, I could see the national media hopping on that no matter what, right? So right. I still think you've got, and sometimes that has a way of feeding on itself in terms of like where you rank and where you end up and the perception of the team as it regards to the net and stuff like that. So I just think you gotta find a way to win a couple of those marquee games, just a couple of them. I don't think you have to sweep them all, but I think you got to win them just so you put that narrative to bed, and then you're right there with a team that is going into conference season that's kind of one of the top, solid top 20, top 15 team, and then you're going to be fine. But you can't get blown out. You can't slip up. Because there's just not that many chances. That's what we've seen the last couple of years. So it's going to be key. And I mean, the best thing, Zell, that would happen is like, let's get it out of the way on the second game. Let's go up against the Jayhawks in the Dean Dome. Let's just get it done. And then we're probably good unless we get like blown out or something. But let's just take care of business in that second game. Because, dude, I don't want to be stressing through Thanksgiving and Christmas and into the new year. I want to just enjoy this team, man. I don't want to be stressed. It's like, I don't want to be watching the net rankings every week to see where we're going to fall. And I don't want that. I want to get back to the days of like, I'm going through conference season as a fan thinking, okay, we could get to the 2 line. Can we get a number 1 seed? What if we were the 3 seed? And just building for that postseason. It's no fun. It's too stressful, man, to get there and be like, we got to win this game, and I need these 2 other teams to lose so that Carolina can get in the tournament. I just don't want to be there again this year, and I don't think they will. But it's like, beaten dog syndrome or something, man. I got those war wounds from last year that they're still around a little bit. But I think it's going to be fine. But I'd love for them to get those wins out of the way so we can just kind of really focus on positioning ourselves for the postseason as opposed to being in the postseason.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you. Like, the defense is great. I love the defense, and I think that they're going to get even better. I mean, especially when you got people like Jaden Young. I don't even know how I missed him.
That's right.
I mean, this team they're going to be good, Andy. They are really going to be good. I am so excited. And I'm like you got to win one of these big marquee matchups. You got to win. To me, you got to win at least 3 of them.
I think so.
Especially in this non-conference with this being this with the schedule being this week. Yep. I mean, to me, it's weak, especially comparing it to last season. This is weak.
Yeah.
Period. I think Duke picked it up from. I mean, I hate to use that name, but I think they picked up where we left off because they got a gauntlet schedule this year for sure. So, the marquee matchups, you got to win at least 3 of them. I wouldn't really consider Ohio State a gauntlet matchup because, number 1, they're not ranked or anything like that.
Yeah.
Michigan State, of course. I mean, but Michigan State is without like their best player.
Yeah.
And again, to me, they're not as good as they were last year. And to me, they wasn't even really that good last year.
No.
But I mean,
but you could see like a scenario where, I could see a scenario where Michigan State and Ohio State start to get in conference, and just because the way it works, that even if we beat them pretty good, the wins might look better as the year goes along because they might get in their conference and win a couple games here or there and boost themselves up, and just the stats might tell us, hey, okay, this looks a little better. So, but you don't want to slip up and take the chance that they nosedive and then it really looks bad. So, I don't know. I think you're right. I mean, I don't think Michigan State and Ohio State are certainly not on the same level as Kansas and Kentucky. Not any stretch of the imagination. But you look at compared to the rest of the team, South Carolina, upstate. I mean, it's just like they're at least a name that people recognize. So you can't slip up. So, but we'll see. I'm not concerned. I just think that you would love to come through that season, that stretch, in a good spot, so we don't have to worry about it.
For sure. So, I'm. Let's see. What is this? 13? This is 13 games, right?
I think that's right.
3,
yeah.
4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes. 13 games, not including Winston-Salem State or BYU.
Yeah. That's right. So
yeah.
You're saying 12-1 out of that.
12-1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on the ledge by myself, Andy. You know
I
me.
I know.
Yeah.
I think
I got 12 and 1, 13, 12 and 1, 13 and 0.
13. I think you definitely are looking at. I think you have to be 11 and 2. I think you can't be any worse than that. So I think 13 and 1 would be good. 12 and 1 will be good, really good. But you can't be 10 and 3. Can't be 10 and 3 coming into conference season. So, but I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, we'll find out early. And I love that. We're playing in Rupp. I think that's going to be a big moment. I think obviously the Kansas game at home is going to be a big moment. And the thing I really like about it is if you already saw what happened with Caleb Wilson. Caleb kind of showed out in that game at BYU, and everybody's like, well, it's all about AJ. It's all about AJ. He's the number one guy. And yeah, they played about even. Caleb might have even outplayed him a little bit. I mean, AJ's for real. That dude's legit. I don't want to take anything away from him because he's legit. He's a man.
Yeah.
But I love kind of the narrative and the talk in the national media was like, oh, Carolina's got their freshman, and this guy's right up there. So I'd love to have Caleb show out against Kansas, Kentucky. Not relying on him, but it seems like the national media just jumps on this freshman, storyline, right? They want to know who the ex NBA star is. So if he can have good games there, and we play well, and he shows out, I like the idea of that kind of building some mojo for the team throughout the rest of the season. That kind of be, again, it'd make it fun as a fan.
So let me ask you this: out of this, if let's hypothetically say 12 and 1.
All right. 12 and 1.
We're ranked number 25 right now.
Yeah.
Where would you put us as far as ranking?
Yeah, I think you probably are ending up somewhere, and it always depends on the teams in front of you, but I think you're going to end up in the top 15. I think you're going to move up 10 spots because other teams, not a ton of teams in front of you, are going to lose early in the season. And now if you go out and at 12 and 1, that means you probably lost one of those Kentucky or Kansas games. And then I think after that, it depends on how they look, right? If they're really looking good, blowing people out, maybe you get a little bit closer to the top 10. But I think you could inch your way up into that top 15 range, depending on other things. And that'd be just fine. I'd almost prefer to be a little, people to be skeptical of the team this year. There's nothing better than a talented team with a chip on their shoulder, right? And I think you probably saw that quote from from Seth Trimble. I think it was this week that he was like, "Hey, get on the train. We're going to be good. Get on the train right now." And so, like you said, this team's got some grit. They got some dogs on that team. I'm almost wanting people to underestimate them and say, oh, well, we'll keep them at 25, because it keeps them hungry. But I'd say they probably get up in that 15 range. What do you think? You think higher or I don't know.
I'm with you right there. Top 15 for sure. Just because of the fact and again, the big marquee matchups, you win 1, 2, 3. You win 3 out of 4. Yeah, they got to put you in the top 15 in my eyes.
I think so.
Now again, the only one that's probably the weakest link out of all of it that may not give you that much of a boost like that would be the Ohio State game, and that's only because I don't think that they're ranked.
No, they're not. They're not.
Yeah, so I mean that one may keep you a little stagnant, a little bit somewhere in the top 20 or so or something like that. Like they could be the ones to keep you somewhere in between 15 and 20. Yeah. Whereas of course if you beat them, then of course I think that gets you over that top 15 hump for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. We just got to wait and see. Now let me ask you this. Who does Cayenne Evans remind you of?
The funny thing is, I was watching him, and the way this is gonna sound weird. The way he comes up the court, kind of like straight up, like he's got his head up. and everything. Now he doesn't have the same passing ability, but I saw Kendall Marshall a little bit. I did. I was like, I don't know if it's like the body type or what it
You've
was.
been watching my shows, Andy. You've been
I
watching
did
my
not hear you say that.
shows.
I swear I didn't hear you say that. But and Derek Dixon had the same bit of a like body style or something. So now the thing I loved, and as another reminder with Kion, I love the way he used screens. Like, I think that's a weakness that we've had. Like, man, he cuts hard on screens, and then he immediately gets that defender on his back if the guy comes over the screen, right? And then if you see a guy go under the screen, he immediately knows what to do. He's going to pull the J, right? So, like, I love that about him. But I saw a little Kendall Marshall just in the way his body moved.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere near the vision of Kendall, but few do. Yeah, I did. I saw that. So you saw that too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Kendall Marshall for sure.
Yeah, right.
I think that's like the perfect comp, honestly. Now, again, I don't think he has the floor vision like Kendall, but everything else, I think he's better than Kendall. I think he shoots better than Kendall. They're probably just as quick.
Yeah.
With each other, probably neck and neck when it comes to that. Kendall's passing ability was crazy.
Oh,
I think Cayenne can get there maybe a little bit, but Kendall might have him over that as well.
Yeah, no, I think so. I wouldn't expect him to get there, Zell. Like, I think he's just got to be a guy who he to me, he just can't hurt us a lot. He can't average 3 turnovers a game, right? I don't care if he averages 8 assists, but can't average 3 or 4 turnovers a game. And I think he's probably a little more athletic at this stage than Kendall was, but and a better shot. But yeah, I think it was just something about the body type, the way he was like coming up the court and he was like kind of upright and seeing the floor. It was I was like, wait a minute here. Little throwback to Butter, but strange.
Yeah.
Now, who does I've heard some comparisons. Who does Caleb remind you of? Does Caleb remind you of anybody particularly?
It is so funny that you asked me that, because I actually just watched an episode on YouTube from another podcast. Greg and Carter from Sleepers Media. Big shout out to Greg and Carter for sure. And John Rothstein put it out there in regards to like him being comp to Marvin Williams.
I saw that.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. I'm not mad at that comp at all.
Oh gosh,
no. I'll take that. So yeah,
it's
and
not
he's
exactly
probably the best comp too.
Yeah, it's close. Like, I think I heard somebody say, and I wish I knew who to attribute this to. Like, he could be a little more like Marvin Williams and not try to be KD, right? There was a play in the BYU game where he got like a rebound. I think it was a little offensive rebound, and dude exploded and dunked it. Like, and it was just like bam. Like, the ball was in his hands, and next thing I knew, he was jamming it. And I was like, that moment, I saw like senior year Bryce Johnson, like that explosive leaping ability where you're like, oh, like you did not expect that. So I don't expect that from him, but there is definitely like Marvin Williams, one of the best garbage guys ever, right? Like, just being around the basket, making stuff happen. That's I think that's Caleb, right? I mean, he's going to get his own. He's going to be able to hit that little turnaround fadeaway that he hit. I was like, that's a pro move. But if he can like be that scrappy guy like Marvin was, that's the best version of him for this team this year. But I don't know. I kind of like the Marvin comp, but I don't have a better one right now. So I gotta get a couple games in and see. But man, I would take that every day of the week for sure.
Yeah, give me the Marvin comp for sure.
Absolutely.
I'll take the Marvin comp. I mean, I'm like you. I can't think of a better one right now.
Right.
That has came through North Carolina, that with the skill set that he has, all of that basically.
Yeah.
I might have one comp, but it's still iffy a little bit to me. And you correct me if I'm wrong. Does he remind you a little bit of like Brian Reese?
He's not. He's bigger than Brian Reese,
Right?
but there are some similarities there, and that's old school, man. You're going way back. Like I think that could be another guy, and I think this was the Carolina Insider Pod that said Brandon Wright a little bit. So I remember that he was a one and done back in the day. I could see a little Brian Reese, that athleticism. I could see a little Brandon Wright. I don't know. Yeah, I could see that with a little more size. I mean, you never know, man. He might he's his own dude. Like he just might be that guy that like he's Caleb and he's not anybody else. But I think that's a natural thing. You gotta look at him after a couple games. You go, he reminds me of this dude. So I don't know. We'll see. Got a couple more games, and then I'll hit you back up on social. Say, all right, now this is who I think who he is.
Yeah, that'll work. I'm with you. I'm with that. We can definitely set that up. Make sure we make that happen or whatever. So, all right. So I got two more questions for you, and two more. Number one, and I can't give you my answer just yet because I still got to see. I gotta see the second exhibition game, and I've already said in previous episodes that I was going to let it be known before the actual season starts. So I can't give you mine just yet, but I do want to know who's your X Factor player.
Oof. The X Factor. I think it is Derek Dixon.
Ooh.
So I'll go out on a little bit of a limb because I think it's easy to say guys like Jaron Stevenson, like Luka Bogovac, who who are going to be key roles. But I look at Derek Dixon and I see a guy, and again, I saw him in we didn't even see him in the blue-white game. Saw his highlights from high school, saw him in one game against BYU. And I'm going a little bit off of what I've kind of heard in terms of in practice. And he played, I think, in some of the summer camp games. But if you think about a scenario where he comes off the bench and can give you a 3-pointer or two, make a play, guard a guy, like he's got size, right? And he's got some shooting ability. And I just think if he comes in and is an impact player off the bench, and I'm not talking about a superstar, but just like a guy who relieves Cayenne and can make a couple plays here and there, that takes the team to another level, I think, because you don't have any drop off then. You have no drop off at that position at all if he can do that.
Yeah.
And I think he's a guy too that you give him a little taste of it on this team. He can be a contributor, and then next year he could be a star. So I'm gonna go out on a limb a little bit. I'm gonna say Dixon is my X Factor guy.
Okay, I am not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Like he's been on my list. He's been on my list because I got a little list of the ones that I think, and I'm 2-0 right now when it comes to my X Factor play. Like 2 years ago it was Harrison Ingram. Last year it was Jalen Withers. So I'm trying to get a 3P here. And I don't want to miss. So I mean,
keep it to yourself now. Keep it to yourself. I want to hear. I'll hear it in the next episode.
Yeah. For sure. So I'm not mad at Derek Dixon though. I'm definitely not mad.
I'm kind of trying to make it reach a little bit because I think a lot of people are going to say some of these other guys in the wing position. So I'm trying to reach just a little bit.
I like it.
You could go Zayden high. You could go with a lot of different dudes. So I'm reaching a little bit, but I'm trying to put it out there. We'll see what happens.
Well, Zayden. I mean, and I like Zayden, but Zayden got to stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, you at the BYU game, as soon as you came in the game, you gave them 2 quick ones.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Take that. Like,
Yeah.
you got to stay out of foul trouble, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he can play a very key role if he can stay out of foul trouble and stay on the court. Like, because he's a versatile big that can play the 4.
Yeah. And Vesar can't play 38 minutes, dude. Like, he can't. Yeah.
Exactly. So just gotta wait and see. But that's what I need Zayden High to do. All right. So my last question is over or under North Carolina wins 27 games this year.
Okay. So we said 12-1 in the preseason or the out of conference, and there's 18 conference games.
Yes.
Okay. So you're talking about regular season. Regular season.
Let's
Regular season. So that means they gotta go 15-3. No. Yeah. Do I do math right? Yeah. Over under 27 regular season. Man, that's a great line. That's a great number. I'm gonna say barely under. I'm gonna say barely under because I think I know, but I just think that with so many new guys, that and the ACC is going to be a little bit better this year. I think State's going to be a little bit better, as much as it pains me to say that. Duke's, they're going to have a good team. They have a good team. Louisville looked bad, but they could be a good team. So I could see a 12-1 out of conference and a 14-4 in conference, and so that puts you at 26 wins. So I'm saying just barely below, but capable, absolutely capable of 27 and 28 wins.
Who do we lose to in the ACC?
I mean, you're probably going to split with Duke.
That's one.
And then I think you're going to have, if Louisville or State is as good as they are now, we only play State once. I think I can't remember the schedule, but
I don't think we losing to State, Andy. I'm gonna be honest.
I hope not, but like they got. I think they got a stud over there. Who's that kid? Is it Darian? What's his name? I forgot who they got transferred.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Before you continue that,
as much as that dude is a slime ball, he's a good coach.
Okay, so let me ask you this real quick.
I know I don't want it to happen. Believe me.
NC State, and I've already said this before, and I ain't got no problem saying it. If State fans want to watch the show and try and say something, that's fine. I don't care. But NC State has the same problem that North Carolina had last season.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's true.
Huge problem.
Yeah.
Huge problem. Matter of fact, they got 2 problems.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that it's enough for like any and everything that we have. I just don't. Your biggest player is 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah.
You have
and he
no
used to
big
play
man.
on our team, and he used to play on our team. So, all right. So I think the other thing is, out of 18 games, you're always going to have like 2 slip-ups. Something's going to go wrong. You're going to have 2 slip-ups.
That's true.
So that's 3. So that's why I said it's a really good line, because that puts you at 3 losses to me. And I just think somewhere in there, somebody's going to be a little bit better than we thought. We're going to be on the road. I'll tell you, you know what? The 2 games, like going out to California and playing Cal and Stanford, you look at the stats, though, like very few teams have gone out there. That's a slip-up game. One of them is going to be a slip-up game, just because of the travel. And a lot of teams go out there, they don't come back with both wins. So I just think that somewhere along the line, you're going to have 2 slip-ups, and then another team's going to be a little bit better than everybody thought, and they're going to get you on the road or at their place or something. So, but still, 14-4, would be great. 13, 15-3 would be incredible. So but I don't. That's about where I'd land.
That's
we'll see.
fair, Andy. That's fair.
Okay.
Listen. You my guy. You my guy. So
All right.
that's fair. I'll take
guarding
that.
myself. So I don't want to get hurt again, man. I don't
want
to get hurt.
But listen. You the first one to pick the under.
Really?
I've asked so many people that question,
Okay.
and you are the first to pick the under. But you my guy, so I can't listen. I can't be mad at you. I can't be mad at you or anything. Right. So I mean, that's tough.
It was barely one game.
Oh man, that's tough, Andy.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. But no, to your point, you're absolutely correct. Like listen, it used to be Clemson and Florida State for us.
Yeah.
I remember that time, like PJ Harrison said, they went to Florida State and got blown out the gym by 30.
Right.
Wasn't expecting that.
No.
So again, like you say, that it is gonna be that one team that nobody expects to be as they're not highly projected to win like that. Could be like a Boston College. Look at Boston College last year, almost beat us.
Yeah. I mean, it's every year. Even the teams that win the national championship have some games in conference where they slip up. Somebody catches them on an off night. You got a travel situation. I mean, it just happens. It
happened to Duke. It happened to Duke last year.
It happens to everybody. So it's not that end is a bad indicator for the team or anything. It's just that is going to happen, and you gotta expect it. So I'm also So I hope I'm wrong, but I mean. I won't be dissatisfied with that. I think that'll be a great season for the team. So I think that, we'll be fine. If we get to that 26 and whatever that adds up to be 26-5, I'll take that every day of the week. We'll be fine.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Before the end of the season, does North Carolina win 30 or more games?
I think yes. I think they will. Because I think you're going to talk about a team that they'll win a couple games in the ACC tournament. And I think this is a Sweet 16 team. So that's talking about getting at least 2 wins in the tournament. And even my worst case scenario, 26 games, I think they'll go far. I think they can go farther than that. So I think absolutely. I think at the end of the season, when it's all said and done, this is a team that wins more than 30 games, 30 or more games for sure.
So all right. So I'll say this, and then we'll jump into to a few of the comments real quick or whatever. Okay. We'll jump. I'll say this, and I know some people are gonna clip this probably, but they can't clip it and post it and everything without my consent. So
that's exactly right.
Feel free, have fun, right?
Let's go.
All right. So I'll say this. I think North Carolina goes to the Final Four this year.
Okay.
I ain't even gonna explain it or anything like that. I'm not gonna just stamp it. Just mark it on the calendar, Andy. Just mark it on the calendar.
Okay, you ready for this? I'm gonna give a clip too. You ready? Go ahead. Get your clippers ready there. Whoever's out there.
Okay, I might clip them myself, Andy. I'm gonna be honest with you. And post them myself. So it is what it is. But let's go. I'm ready.
You went out there and says that Carolina is going to make the Final Four. I'm going to say right now that Duke does not. I don't think they're making the Final Four.
Oh, I agree with you on that.
All right, that's good. I want something I try to, but yeah, no, I mean, do I think that's possible? Absolutely. If everything comes together, Carolina can be a Final Four team. I think you got a couple of things you got to answer, but I won't be disappointed if they don't, but I think they can be. I think they can be there. I think they can be. They've got pieces, and we'll see if it comes together. Yeah, now, let's keep in mind, I'm not going to splash cold water on this, but Carolina beat Memphis last year in an exhibition game.
Yep.
And it ended up being a good team, and we struggled. Now, I don't think this team is at all the same.
Right.
But I'm trying to. I'm like I said, man, I don't want to get hurt again. I got hurt last year, Zell. So I'm trying to just a little bit of me trying to guard myself from getting overly excited. Like I said, if we get through Christmas and we're sitting at 12-1, dude, I'm gonna be all over the place. I'm gonna be gangbusters. Like this team is going all the way, but I want to see a little bit more before some of that guard comes down for me a little bit. So I got to see just a little bit more before I'm ready to put my heart out on that plate again. So it can be fully in with the team.
Hey, listen, I only thing I'll say is, number one, I told everybody before they even played BYU, because I was asking people like what was probably like the most important game or something like that. And I told everybody the BYU game is the most important game, even though it doesn't count.
Yes.
Just because of the very simple reason you're going out there again, you're playing a top 10 team that everybody is so high on. Go out there and make a statement, regardless of whether you win or lose.
Yeah.
Make a statement. And they went out there, and to me, they made a statement. But of course, it's the first game against an actual opponent. And I mean, again, we got a few easy fixes that we have to clean up. But once we clean those up, and we played without our probably known best shooter.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm with you. I'm with you. You're gonna get me excited, man. I'm gonna get all excited right here.
I mean, that's my job, Andy.
I know. You're getting me hyped.
Yeah. All right, so let's go. Ain't that many comments, Andy. I'm gonna be honest with you. So
that's all right.
A couple people just said, my guy Tony says, I tell you what, I'm gonna take this off right here and then I'll just post it. Tony says, if Duke would have made the exact same moves, they would be number one. I guess he's talking about when within the transfer portal when we was talking about 11 players on the team and everything. So
every year, Tony, you got that right, man. They would. Everything, no matter what they do, they're always a preseason number one, always the offseason national championship. So yeah, every time.
That is a fact. So Heels in the Paint, of course, in the building. Big shout out to the ladies over there, man. Big shout out. They says we not losing the state.
I know. I don't think so either, but I think that I do think you look at what Will Wade has done at other stops. I think he's been a good coach, but a lot of other good coaches have gone to NC State and Blum. So we'll see. I hope you're right, and I don't think we will either. We'll only play them once, but they might surprise a few people. We'll see.
Caleb and Cayenne and Seth and all of the rest of them guys and Vazar. They're gonna make NC State eat them words, and I feel bad for Val.
Yeah,
I really do, just because of the fact you got your coach out here talking all of this, trying to throw shots at HD.
Yep.
But now you got your players in this or whatever, and your teammates or whatever, basically in this, saying that it is personal. So if it's personal from you, then we're gonna dish it back.
That's right.
That's just what it is. And again, your best player. Well, your biggest player is 6'8", 6'9", and he has to play the center position, a position he did not want to play at UNC.
Of course.
Just make sure we put that out there. Love you, Val. Exactly. I do. Yeah. I really do.
Yeah, I do too.
But it is what it is. So, Heels in the Paint also says we will mess around and lose to somebody like Wake Forest. Yep. Well, the good part about that is they have to come to Chapel Hill this year. We don't have to, because when we go to Winston, it's never good. It's never good.
No, there's a lot of places like that. So no, it's true. I mean, it's going to happen. It's cool. It's going to happen to everybody.
Yeah. So
we just can't freak out.
Yeah. So, Tony Tony said it's going to be a good game. I was about to say, what is a heated Ghana? But he rephrased it and put game. So
yeah. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. So, but it is what it is. So listen, Andy, I appreciate you. You already know you are always welcome back, my guy. I'm surprised you haven't hit me up to say, hey, Zell, what's up with a show? Like we
I
got to
know.
set
Let me
something
get
up.
back in here. I know, man. I got to do it. I got to do it. So I appreciate you reaching out, man, having me back on.
Absolutely.
I love it, man. Just keep up all the great work. I realized I forgot to promote something too. I forgot. We got to read. My co-author and I are doing a weekly newsletter on Substack. I'll send you the link on that. But just a short little newsletter, just talking about whatever's on our mind. So if you like the books, you like the style of the books, it's like little mini books every week. So, and we do have this week's reason why Duke sucks at the end of every newsletter. So, so we'll get that link out to you, man. But yeah, I love doing this show, man. You got such a great platform here. Proud of you, man, like, and all the stuff you're doing. So keep up the great work. And I'd love to come on anytime you want me to be on.
Absolutely, man. And listen, I appreciate you. You know, it's always an honor to be able to sit up here, talk Carolina basketball with you. You know, I mean, it's here. I mean, of course, this is what we've been waiting on all season. We've all was ready for last season to be over with. And I mean, I guess, but I mean, we didn't enjoy it. So this year, I think we just got something really, really good to enjoy and be able to kind of say that we're getting back to Carolina basketball. And of course, what better way to talk Carolina basketball than with you guys, basically.
That's right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So, I mean, you know, especially ones that hate Duke and that write books about them.
That's right.
Can't be
That's
mad
right.
at him.
All the time. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Oh, man. Oh, just so you know this, Andy, I gotta put this up here right quick.
I'm in, man.
Andy,
I'm in.
we got to get you in on the paint.
Yeah, I'm in. I will say this. Courtney Banghart has a signed copy of my book. I cannot reveal my source to that, but she does, man. So I'm excited about the women's team this year, man. They're going to be good. I think this is the best team they've had under Courtney. So yeah, I'm in. Let's go.
Hey, there we go. Listen, we setting things up, man. Like making the brand move here. I love it. I absolutely love this, man. So this is great, man. So listen, Andy, all of your information. Don't forget to send me that link. I'll definitely put that. I'll put it in the description for everybody for the weekly. What did you call them?
There's a newsletter. Yeah.
Yes.
It comes out to, it's either on an app or in your email, whatever you want. So it's a Substack, this platform where you can send out stuff from that. So yeah,
okay.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. Gotcha. And of course, all of Andy's information. Make sure you get out there, go buy the books. Duke
That's
sucks.
Right.
Duke still sucks.
That's right.
Like,
oh yeah, you
go,
got it.
Go get them. Go get them. So, and of course, like I said, his information as far as his TikTok, he's on TikTok now. You wasn't on TikTok last time. Andy.
No, I was not. So I just started. I started doing those videos. I was like, I'll throw this out there, and I did one. I did one literally stumbling out of the blue-white game just because I was like, wow, I had a lot of thoughts. I got like 12,000 views on it, and I was like, what just happened? I don't even know what happened. So I was like, okay, well, I need to put some of this stuff out here. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. That platform is we'll see, you know, but I like it. I'll put it out there and we'll see where it goes.
I'm not a TikTok guy, so
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Can't get no support from me right there, Andy. I
know it's cool. It's cool. It's some people like it, some people don't. I'll throw it out there. But you can see the same thing. I'm not putting anything exclusive on there. You see the same thing. I put it on Reels and on TikTok, so on Instagram. So it's if you don't like it, you don't have to worry about it.
I got you. Well, listen, man, of course, once again, man, I appreciate you. It's an honor. Of course, keep doing what you're doing. I fully support you. 94 Feet supports you. As you can see now, of course, Heels in the Paint supports you. I mean, 100 Yards, the whole brand supports you in whatever you got going on, my guy. And you know, we got to figure out some things that we can do behind the scenes or whatever, because I definitely want to keep pushing the book. That's something to always keep pushing, because that's just what it's going to be forever. Duke sucks and Duke still sucks.
Got it.
So we'll get together behind the scenes, figure some things out, and see what we can do in regards to making that happen for sure. So
I love it.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you. Listen, everybody too, make sure in about 35 minutes or so or whatever on Twitter, on Spaces. Make sure y'all jump over there with follow It's Coach Steve for the 100 Yards of UNC radio show. They're going to be discussing the upcoming game, previewing the UNC Syracuse football game coming up this Saturday, I think, or whatever, and that's at 8 p.m. So make sure y'all tap in about 35 minutes over there on Spaces or whatever. We appreciate Andy, of course, for stopping by. Can't wait to see this team in the future. And, of course, we're going to be bringing you back, Andy. You already know that.
Absolutely.
You already know that. So, other than that, I appreciate everybody for joining. Y'all already know. Make sure that you follow, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Make sure you follow Andy and go get the book. And until then, ladies and gentlemen,